Welcome to English Without Limit, hosted by Julia. Today, I will guide you through the first part of an easy, powerful lesson designed to help you master more than 50 essential English verbs. These verbs are the foundation of everyday English. They are simple, but they are used in almost every real conversation. If you learn how to hear them, understand them, and use them naturally, your English will become faster, clearer, and more confident. Before we start, I want you to relax and listen closely. Do not worry about memorizing everything at once. In this lesson, you will hear the verbs in context, in real sentences, and in situations that you experience in your daily life. When you hear them again and again, your brain will start to recognize them automatically. That is how you build fluency. We begin with one of the most important verbs in the English language, the verb to be. This verb appears everywhere, and English learners often struggle with it. Listen to how it works in natural speech. I am ready. You are listening. We are here to learn. It is simple, but notice the rhythm. I am, you are, we are. When you speak English, try to feel the flow of these short forms. They help your speech sound natural and easy. Next, let's move to another essential verb, to have. This verb expresses possession, relationships, experiences, and daily actions. Listen to these sentences. I have a new idea. You have time to practice. We have a lot to learn today. When you listen, imagine the situation. When you imagine the picture in your mind, your learning becomes stronger and faster. Now, let's continue with the verb to do. This verb is powerful because it works in questions, negative forms, and actions. Listen carefully. I do my best. You do your homework. We do this lesson together. Repeat them quietly if you want, but keep your focus on listening first. Listening is the fastest way to build natural fluency. Another extremely common verb is to go. This verb is used to describe movement, plans, and future actions. Listen closely. I go to work in the morning. You go to the store after lunch. We go forward step by step. When you hear this verb in conversations, pay attention to the prepositions that follow it. Go to school, go to bed, go to your friend's house. These combinations help you sound more natural. Now we move to the verb to come. It often works together with go, but the direction is different. Listen to these examples. I come home at 6. You come from a busy city. We come together to learn English. Notice how simple the structure is. When you understand the direction of movement, the sentence becomes easy to understand. Let's continue with the verb to make. Many English learners confuse make and do. Do is for general actions. Make is for creating something. Listen carefully. I make breakfast every day. You make progress when you practice. We make learning enjoyable. When you hear the verb make in conversations, think of creating, building, or producing something. Now let's learn the verb to get. This verb is incredibly common in spoken English. In fact, native speakers use it constantly. Listen to these clear examples. I get up early. You get better with practice. We get many opportunities to improve. The verb get can mean receive, become, obtain, or arrive. You will hear it everywhere, so pay attention when it appears. Next, we look at the verb to take. This verb appears frequently in daily English. Listen carefully. I take a break. You take your time. We take the first step together. The verb take often appears with nouns to form common expressions. Take a shower, take a bus, take notes. Learning these expressions will make your English sound more natural. Now, let's continue with the verb to see. This verb describes visual experience, but can also represent understanding. Listen closely. I see the problem. You see the difference. We see progress when we stay consistent. Notice how the meaning changes depending on the sentence. Sometimes it means to look with your eyes. Sometimes it means to understand. Let's move to the verb to hear. This verb focuses on listening and sound. Listen to these examples. I hear your voice. You hear new words in this lesson. We hear English every day. When you hear English often, your brain starts recognizing patterns automatically. That is how natural learning happens. Now we continue with the verb to know. This verb describes knowledge, familiarity, and understanding. Listen carefully. I know this is important for you. You know some English already. We know learning takes time. This verb is extremely common, so listen for it when watching movies, listening to music, or talking with others.
Next, let's learn the verb to think. This verb expresses ideas, opinions, and decisions. Listen to these examples. I think you can improve quickly. You think about your goals every day. We think positively to stay motivated. This verb helps connect your thoughts to your words. Now we move to the verb to want. This verb expresses desire and motivation. Listen closely. I want to help you speak English better. You want to understand native speakers. We want to succeed together. When you use this verb, you express what is important to you. Next is the verb to need. This verb shows necessity or requirement. Listen to these examples. I need more time in the morning. You need clear explanations. We need consistent practice. Notice how want and need express different levels of importance. Now let's learn the verb to like. This verb helps you talk about your preferences. Listen carefully. I like simple lessons. You like listening practice. We like learning English together. You will hear this verb constantly in casual conversations. We will continue with more essential verbs in the next part, focusing on simple examples, clear patterns, and realistic sentences that help you understand English faster and more naturally. Part 2. In this part, we continue exploring essential English verbs that form the structure of real daily communication. These verbs appear in conversations at home, at school, at work, and in every situation where people interact. As you listen, imagine each situation clearly. Listening with imagination helps your brain absorb the verbs faster and more deeply. Learning becomes easier, more enjoyable, and more natural. We begin this section with the verb to give. This verb is very common, and you will hear it in many forms. Listen carefully. I give you clear explanations. You give your time to learning English. We give our best effort in this lesson. The verb give often appears in expressions such as give advice, give a reason, give a chance, give someone a call. These small expressions help your speech become more fluent. Now let's move to the verb to use. This verb is simple but incredibly important because it appears in technology, learning, and everyday tasks. Listen to these sentences. I use English every day. You use your phone to study. We use simple examples to understand quickly. When you hear this verb in conversation, think about tools, methods, or systems people rely on. Next, let's learn the verb to work. This verb can describe your job, but it also describes effort, practice, or problem solving. Listen carefully. I work with many English learners. You work hard to improve. We work together step by step. This verb helps you talk about responsibilities, progress, and personal growth. Now we continue with the verb to call. This verb usually means to speak to someone using a phone, but it can also mean to name something. Listen to these examples. I call you when the lesson is ready. You call your friend after school. We call this method easy listening practice. When you hear this verb, pay attention to the context so you understand the meaning. Next is the verb to try. This is a powerful verb that expresses effort and learning. Listen carefully. I try to explain things simply. You try your best every day. We try new methods to improve faster. This verb shows action toward a goal even when the result is not perfect. Now let's learn the verb to ask. This verb is essential because it shows curiosity, learning, and communication. Listen closely. I ask questions to help you learn. You ask when you do not understand. We ask for help when we need it. This verb appears often in classrooms, workplaces, and daily conversations. Now we move to the verb to answer. This verb is the natural partner to ask. Listen to these examples. I answer your questions carefully. You answer when the teacher calls your name. We answer practice exercises together. Listening for these verbs and conversations helps you understand the flow of a dialogue. Now let's learn the verb to feel. This verb expresses emotion, physical sensation, or general condition. Listen closely. I feel happy to be here with you. You feel confident when you practice. We feel the progress as we continue this journey. Next is the verb to show. This verb means to demonstrate, display, or explain something. Listen to these examples. I show you how to pronounce the word. You show interest in learning. We show our progress by practicing often. Now let's continue with the verb to find. This verb can describe discovery, solutions, or locating objects. Listen carefully. I find simple methods helpful. You find new words in this lesson. We find motivation when we stay consistent.
Next, we move to the verb to look. This verb describes seeing with intention or focus. Listen closely. I look for easy examples. You look at the screen while listening. We look for ways to improve our English. Notice how look often appears with prepositions look at, look for, look into. Now let's learn the verb to watch. Watch means to observe something for a period of time. Listen to these examples. I watch English movies to learn. You watch this lesson carefully. We watch how native speakers communicate. Next, we learn the verb to listen. This is one of the most important verbs for language learners. Listen carefully. I listen to your questions. You listen to native speakers. We listen to improve our understanding. Notice that listen is always followed by the preposition to. Now, let's explore the verb to speak. This verb represents communication and expression. Listen to these sentences. I speak slowly to help you. You speak more confidently with practice. We speak English in every lesson. Next, we continue with the verb to read. This verb describes understanding written information. Listen carefully. I read simple sentences with beginners. You read English books at your level. We read together to build vocabulary. Reading helps you notice new words and understand how sentences are formed. Now let's learn the verb to write. This verb allows you to create sentences, express ideas, and practice grammar. Listen to these examples. I write lessons for English learners. You write notes to remember new vocabulary. We write together to strengthen what we learn. Writing supports speaking and helps your brain organize language. Next is the verb to learn. This verb is central to your journey. Listen closely. I learn from teaching every day. You learn new words in each lesson. We learn better when we practice often. Learning is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process. Now we move to the verb to understand. This verb shows comprehension and clarity. Listen to these sentences. I understand your challenges. You understand faster when you listen often. We understand English better through practice. Understanding grows naturally when you hear words in real situations. We will continue with more essential verbs and deeper listening practice. In the next part, you will hear the verbs in longer, more natural sentences, so your brain can absorb them automatically. In this part, we continue with more essential verbs and expand the listening practice so you can understand English in longer, more natural sentences. As you listen, imagine the situations clearly and let the rhythm of the language guide you. The more you listen, the more familiar the verbs become, and the easier your communication will be. Do not try to memorize every word. Just listen, relax, and let the language flow naturally into your mind. We begin with the verb to remember. This verb is important for learning because it helps you talk about what you recall from your experiences. Listen carefully. I remember the first time I taught English to beginners. You remember new words when you hear them many times. We remember better when we connect new knowledge with real situations. The verb remember appears often in conversations about learning, memories, and personal stories. Now we continue with the verb to forget. This verb is the opposite of remember, but it is just as important. Listen to these examples. I forget to drink water sometimes when I work for long hours. You forget vocabulary if you never review it. We forget things easily when we do not pay attention. As you listen, notice how the meaning changes depending on the situation. Forget can relate to memory, responsibilities, or daily routines. Next, we learn the verb to help. This verb expresses support, assistance, and cooperation. Listen closely. I help English learners speak more clearly. You help yourself by listening every day. We help each other by practicing together. This verb appears in workplaces, families, and every learning environment. Now let's explore the verb to keep. This verb can mean to continue, maintain, or hold something. Listen. I keep my lessons simple so you can understand easily. You keep improving with practice. We keep going even when learning feels difficult. Keep often appears with another verb. Keep learning, keep working, keep practicing. Next, we move to the verb to let, which expresses permission or allowing something to happen. Listen. I let you take your time with each example. You let yourself relax while listening. We let learning happen naturally.
Let is always followed by a base verb, such as let me explain or let them try. Now we continue with the verb to begin, used to start activities, projects, or processes.
Listen closely. I begin each lesson with simple explanations. You begin speaking more naturally when you listen often. We begin to feel more confident as we learn more verbs. Begin is slightly more formal than start, but both are useful. Next, let's learn the verb to start, one of the most frequently used action verbs. Listen. I start recording early in the morning. You start understanding English faster as your listening improves. We start every lesson with a clear goal. Now we move to the verb to finish, the opposite of start. Listen carefully. I finish preparing the lesson before I record. You finish the practice exercises at your own pace. We finish this lesson with more confidence than we began. Finish helps you describe the end of tasks or activities. Next, we explore the verb to stop, which describes ending or pausing an action. I stop working when I feel tired. You stop and replay the audio when you need more time. We stop bad habits when we learn better methods. Now let's learn the verb to move, which describes physical movement or progress. I move my hands naturally when I teach. You move forward in your learning journey. We move step by step toward fluency. Next, we continue with the verb to live. This verb describes both where someone lives and how they experience life. I live in the United States. You live in a place where English is important. We live in a world that connects through language. Now let's learn the verb to die. This is a strong verb, but it appears often in stories and expressions. I die laughing when something is very funny. You die of embarrassment in a difficult moment. We die inside when we forget simple vocabulary. Sometimes die is literal, and other times it's humorous or idiomatic. Next, we move to the verb to happen, which describes events occurring. I explain what happens in real conversations. You react when something unexpected happens. We learn by watching what happens in daily life. Now we continue with the verb to believe, which expresses trust, confidence, or opinion. I believe you can learn faster than you think. You believe in yourself when you practice daily. We believe learning English opens new opportunities. Next, we explore the verb to hold. I hold my notes while I teach. You hold your phone when you listen to lessons. We hold strong motivation as we continue this journey. Now we move to the verb to bring, which describes carrying something toward a person or place. I bring new lessons every week. You bring energy when you join the practice. We bring our experiences into every learning moment. Next, let's learn the verb to pay, which describes giving money, attention, or effort. I pay for the tools I use to teach. You pay attention to each example. We pay with our time when we learn something new. Now we continue with the verb to meet, which describes coming together with someone. I meet new learners every day. You meet friends who also study English. We meet online to learn together. We will continue with more essential verbs in the next part to help you absorb English naturally. In this part, we continue learning essential verbs through longer, more natural sentences. Imagine the scenes as you listen. Let the sentences flow into your mind without translating. Repetition and context build real fluency. We begin with the verb to follow, used in instructions, directions, and routines. I follow a simple structure when I teach English. You follow the lesson step by step. We follow the same pattern to help your brain absorb the verbs naturally. Next, we move to the verb to lead, common in teamwork and learning. I lead this lesson with clear explanations. You lead your own improvement by practicing every day. We lead ourselves towards success when we stay committed. Next, we learn the verb to create, used when something new is produced or imagined. I create simple examples so you can understand easily. You create better habits when you listen daily. We create progress when we push ourselves forward. Now let's continue with the verb to break, used literally and metaphorically. I break big lessons into small parts. You break old habits when you learn new methods. We break through challenges when we stay patient. Next, we explore the verb to open, used for physical and emotional openness. I open my notes before starting the lesson. You open your mind to new ideas. We open new opportunities for ourselves with language skills. Now let's learn the verb to close, the opposite of open and used often in daily actions. Listen carefully. I close the window when it gets too noisy. You close the book after finishing your practice. We close distractions when we focus on listening. Close is used in business, physical movement, decision-making, and emotional situations. Next, we move to the verb to win. This verb expresses success or victory. Listen to these examples. I win confidence every time I help a new learner. You win progress each time you practice. We win small victories throughout our learning journey. Win is often used in sports, competitions, challenges, or personal development. Now we continue with the verb to lose. This verb is important because it appears frequently and its meaning can vary depending on the context. Listen closely. I lose track of time when I am teaching. You lose motivation sometimes, but you always come back stronger. We lose opportunities when we do not take action. Lose is used with time, objects, energy, and even emotions. Next, let's explore the verb to send. This verb describes communication, movement, and transferring information. Listen carefully. I send updates about new lessons every week. You send messages to your friends in English. We send our ideas into the world when we speak confidently. Send appears in both digital and real-world interactions. Now we learn the verb to receive. This verb is the natural opposite of send. Listen closely. I receive many questions from English learners every day. You receive new information as you listen. We receive support when we ask for help. Receive is common in email communication, customer service, and learning settings. Next, we continue with the verb to build. This verb represents construction, development, or creating something steadily over time. Listen carefully. I build each lesson with clarity in mind. You build your vocabulary one word at a time. We build a strong foundation when we focus on essential verbs. Build is often used in teamwork, business, personal development, and physical projects. Now, let's explore the verb to choose. This verb describes decisions, preferences, and options. Listen closely. I choose simple examples to help you understand. You choose to practice English because it helps your future. We choose to believe that progress is possible for everyone. Choose appears often in conversations about personal choice, opportunity, and decision-making. Next, we learn the verb to decide. This verb is similar to choose, but focuses more on making a clear commitment. Listen carefully. I decide which topics will help you the most. You decide how much time you want to spend practicing. We decide to stay focused even when the lesson is long. Decide is useful for goals, actions, and planning. Now we move to the verb to share. This verb expresses giving information, emotions, or experiences to others. Listen to these examples. I share my knowledge with you because I want you to succeed. You share your progress with your friends. We share this learning journey together. Share appears frequently in social communication, teamwork, and online platforms. Next, let's learn the verb to spend. This verb is used to talk about time, money, and energy. Listen carefully. I spend many hours preparing lessons. You spend time listening because you want to improve. We spend our energy wisely when we focus on meaningful practice. Spend appears often in daily life.
Now we continue with the verb to save. This verb is the opposite of spend in some context, but also means to protect or keep something. Listen closely. I save all my lesson plans so I can improve them later. You save time by listening instead of memorizing. We save our progress by practicing regularly. Save can refer to money, time, energy, or even memories. Next, we move to the verb to grow. This verb describes development, improvement, or increase. Listen to these examples. I grow as a teacher with every lesson I create. You grow more confident each time you practice. We grow together as learners on this journey. Grow is used in personal development, nature, business, and education. Now we explore the verb to appear. This verb describes something becoming visible or noticeable. Listen carefully. I appear calm even when I am busy preparing lessons. You appear more confident when you speak clearly. We appear stronger when we communicate well. Appear often shows up in stories, descriptions, and explanations. Next, we learn the verb to continue. This verb expresses ongoing action and progress. Listen closely. I continue creating lessons for you. You continue practicing even when you feel tired. We continue growing step by step. Continue is important for learning because it reminds you that consistency is the key to improvement. We will expand our learning even further in the next part, where the verbs will appear in longer and more natural context, helping you understand native-level patterns with ease and confidence. In this part, we continue building your understanding of essential English verbs by using them in longer, natural context. These sentences help you train your listening skill in real conversational rhythm. The more you listen, the more automatic the patterns will become. You do not need to memorize anything. Just listen, repeat if you want, and let the structure of English enter your mind naturally through exposure. This is the easiest and fastest way to gain fluency without stress. We begin this section with the verb to stay. This verb is used in many contexts, including location, emotion, and behavior. Listen closely. I stay focused when I prepare lessons for you. You stay motivated because you want to improve your English. We stay on the right path when we practice a little each day. Stay can also describe temporary living situations, such as stay at a hotel or stay with a friend. Now we move to the verb to stand. This verb describes physical position, but also confidence or readiness. Listen carefully. I stand in front of the camera when recording lessons. You stand tall when you speak clearly and confidently. We stand together as learners working toward the same goal. Stand can be used in expressions such as stand up, stand out, or stand for something. Next, we explore the verb to sit. This is simple, but it appears often in daily actions. Listen to these examples. I sit at my desk when writing lessons. You sit comfortably while listening to this practice. We sit and focus on learning for a few minutes each day. Sit is often used when giving instructions or describing a scene. Now we continue with the verb to understand. Even though we used this verb earlier, we will practice it again because repetition is important. Listen closely. I understand that learning a new language can feel difficult. You understand the meaning more clearly when you hear the verbs in real sentences. We understand English better when we hear patterns again and again. Next, we learn the verb to notice. This verb means to observe or become aware of something. Listen carefully. I notice when learners start using verbs more naturally. You notice progress when you practice daily. We notice small improvements that add up over time. Notice is useful for describing awareness and attention. Now, let's explore the verb to allow. This verb expresses permission or giving someone the ability to do something. Listen to these sentences. I allow my lessons to grow naturally over time. You allow yourself to make mistakes because mistakes help you learn. We allow learning to feel simple and enjoyable. Allow is common in rules, parenting, education, and work environments. Next, we move to the verb to join. This verb describes becoming part of a group or activity. Listen closely. I invite you to join each new lesson. You join millions of learners who study English every day. We join together in this listening practice to grow stronger. Join is helpful in social situations, events, and teamwork. Now we continue with the verb to cover. This verb means to include, explain, or protect something. Listen carefully. I cover essential topics so you can speak clearly. You cover new vocabulary each time you listen. We cover more verbs as the lesson continues. Cover is common in education, news, and instructions. Next, we learn the verb to prepare. This verb describes getting ready for an activity or event. Listen to these examples. I prepare each lesson with care. You prepare yourself for communication by listening daily. We prepare for fluency by building strong foundations. Prepare is often used in school, cooking, travel, and planning. Now, let's explore the verb to choose again, but in deeper sentences to reinforce your understanding. Listen closely. I choose verbs that help you in daily conversations. You choose to focus on listening because it is effective. We choose to believe that improvement is possible for everyone. This repetition helps your brain confirm the patterns.
Next, we move to the verb to explain. This verb is extremely common in teaching, learning, and everyday conversations. Listen carefully. I explain English in a simple way so you never feel overwhelmed. You explain your ideas more clearly when you know essential verbs. We explain things better when we practice often. Explain helps you describe thoughts and instructions. Now, we continue with the verb to improve. This verb expresses getting better at something. Listen to these sentences. I improve my lessons based on your needs. You improve naturally when you listen with attention. We improve together through continuous practice. Improve is one of the most important verbs for self-development. Next, let's learn the verb to relax. This verb describes resting, calming down, and reducing stress. Listen closely. I relax after finishing a long recording session. You relax while listening to slow, clear sentences. We relax into the learning process instead of forcing it. Relax helps make your learning more enjoyable. Now, we explore the verb to imagine. This verb is powerful for learning because imagining helps your brain absorb language more deeply. Listen carefully. I imagine you sitting comfortably listening to this lesson. You imagine yourself speaking English fluently. We imagine progress growing every day. Imagine helps you visualize and understand new ideas. Next, we move to the verb to practice. This verb is essential for language learning. Listen closely. I practice my teaching techniques to make each lesson better. You practice listening by playing this audio many times. We practice together so English becomes natural. Practice is the foundation of fluency. Now, let's continue with the verb to repeat. This verb is important because repetition makes learning automatic. Listen carefully. I repeat key ideas so they stay in your mind. You repeat the sentences to improve pronunciation. We repeat daily because repetition builds strong habits. Repeat is used in learning, instructions, and conversations. Next, we explore the verb to develop. This verb describes progress that grows slowly over time. Listen closely. I develop new lesson plans each week. You develop strong listening skills through exposure. We develop fluency by building knowledge step by step. Develop is used in business, education, and personal growth. Now, we move to the verb to support. This verb expresses help, encouragement, and teamwork. Listen carefully. I support your learning with clear explanations. You support your progress by staying consistent. We support each other by listening, learning, and practicing. Support is common in relationships, education, and work. Next, let's learn the verb to reach. This verb can describe physical movement or achieving a goal. Listen to these examples. I reach thousands of learners through English Without Limit. You reach new levels of confidence as your listening improves. We reach success when we stay dedicated. Reach is a strong verb for goals and distance. We will continue expanding your understanding of essential English verbs in the next part, moving into even more natural patterns that help you think in English and speak more confidently. Now, let's continue mastering more essential English verbs that you will hear and use every single day. Remember, stay focused, listen carefully, and repeat after me. The more you repeat, the faster your brain learns the sound, the meaning, and the natural rhythm of English. Today, we continue expanding your skill with powerful common verbs that can dramatically improve your fluency. In this part, we will practice long sentences, natural examples, and clear listening exercises that help you train both your ears and your speaking. Let's begin. Verb number 21, break, meaning to separate something into pieces. Repeat, break, break, break. Example, I always try not to break anything when I clean the house. Slow, I always try not to break anything when I clean the house. Verb number 22, bring, meaning to carry something to a place. Repeat, bring, bring, bring. Example, please bring your notebook to class tomorrow. Slow, please bring your notebook to class tomorrow. Verb number 23, build, meaning to make something by putting parts together. Repeat, build, build, build. Example, they want to build a small house near the river. Slow, they want to build a small house near the river. Verb number 24, buy, meaning to get something by paying money. Repeat, buy, buy, buy. Example, I need to buy new shoes because my old ones are broken. Slow, I need to buy new shoes because my old ones are broken. Verb number 25, call, meaning to phone someone or to shout for someone. Repeat, call, call, call. Example, she will call her mother after work. Slow, she will call her mother after work. Verb number 26, change, meaning to make something different. Repeat, change, change, change. Example, I want to change my habits to become healthier. Slow, I want to change my habits to become healthier. Verb number 27, clean, meaning to remove dirt or mess. Repeat, clean, clean, clean. Example, I clean my room every Sunday morning. Slow, I clean my room every Sunday morning. Verb number 28, close, meaning to shut something. Repeat, close, close, close. Example, please close the window. It is getting cold. Slow, please close the window. It is getting cold. Verb number 29, cook, meaning to prepare food. Repeat. Cook, cook, cook. Example, I cook dinner for my family every evening. Slow. I cook dinner for my family every evening. Verb number 30, cut, meaning to divide something using a knife or scissors. Repeat. Cut, cut, cut. Example, I cut the vegetables before making the soup. Slow. I cut the vegetables before making the soup. Listening practice. Short story 1. Every Sunday I clean my house. First, I close all the windows because the outside noise is loud. Then I cook breakfast. Sometimes I break an egg too fast and it falls on the floor, but I clean it quickly. After breakfast, I cut some fruit and bring it to the table. My Sunday mornings always feel peaceful. Repeat slowly. Every Sunday, I cleaned my house. First, I close all the windows because the outside noise is loud. Then, I cook breakfast. Sometimes I break an egg too fast and it falls on the floor, but I clean it quickly. After breakfast, I cut some fruit and bring it to the table. My Sunday mornings always feel peaceful. Short story 2. Lisa wants to change her daily routine. She wants to wake up earlier, cook her own meals, and buy healthier food. She calls her best friend to talk about her plan. Together, they decide to build new habits step by step. Repeat slowly. Lisa wants to change her daily routine. She wants to wake up earlier, cook her own meals, and buy healthier food. She calls her best friend to talk about her plan. Together, they decide to build new habits step by step. Now, let's repeat all the verbs from this part one more time for strong memory. Break, bring, build, buy, call, change, clean, close, cook, cut. Repeat them again. Break, bring, build, buy, call, change, clean, close, cook, cut. Great work! You are learning real everyday English and you are becoming more confident with common verbs that native speakers use constantly. With practice, these verbs will feel natural and automatic. Part 7. Let's continue learning more essential English verbs that you will hear and use every day. In this part, we will work with the next group of common verbs, practice them in sentences, and strengthen your listening ability through short stories and repetition drills. Stay focused, listen carefully, and repeat after me for the best results. The more you hear English, the faster your brain will absorb it. Verb number 31. Drink. Meaning to take liquid into your mouth. Repeat. Drink, drink, drink. Example, I drink water every morning before breakfast. Slow. I drink water every morning before breakfast. Verb number 32, drive, meaning to control a car or another vehicle. Repeat. Drive, drive, drive. Example, she drives to work every day because the bus is too slow. Slow. She drives to work every day because the bus is too slow. Verb number 33, eat. To put food in your mouth and swallow it. Repeat. Eat, eat, eat. Example, they eat dinner together at 7. Slow. They eat dinner together at 7. Verb number 34, fall. To move down without control. Repeat. Fall, fall, fall. Example, be careful or you will fall on the wet floor. Slow. Be careful or you will fall on the wet floor. Verb number 35, feel. To experience an emotion or a physical sensation. Repeat. Feel, feel, feel. Example, I feel tired today because I slept late. Slow. I feel tired today because I slept late. Verb number 36, find. To discover something you were looking for. Repeat. Find, find, find. Example, I cannot find my keys. I think I lost them. Slow. I cannot find my keys. I think I lost them. Verb number 37, finish. To complete something. Repeat. Finish, finish, finish. Example, I will finish my homework before watching TV. Slow. I will finish my homework before watching TV. Verb number 38, fix. To repair something that is broken. Repeat. Fix, fix, fix. Example, he can fix your computer if it is not working. Slow. He can fix your computer if it is not working. Verb number 39, follow. To go after someone or something. Repeat. Follow, follow, follow. Example, please follow me and I will show you the way. Slow. Please follow me and I will show you the way. Verb number 40, forget. To not remember something. Repeat. Forget, forget, forget. Example, I always forget names, so I write them down. Slow. I always forget names, so I write them down. Listening practice. Short story 1. Every morning, I wake up, drink a glass of water, and eat some fruit. Sometimes I feel sleepy, but I still try to follow my routine. After breakfast, I try to find my car keys. I often forget where I put them. When I finally find them, I drive to work. My mornings are simple but full of small actions. Repeat slowly. Every morning, I wake up, drink a glass of water, and eat some fruit. Sometimes I feel sleepy, but I still try to follow my routine. After breakfast, I try to find my car keys. I often forget where I put them. When I finally find them, I drive to work. My mornings are simple but full of small actions. Short story 2. Yesterday, Sam tried to fix his broken bike. He worked slowly and carefully, but the bike kept falling over. He felt frustrated, but he did not give up. After 1 hour, he finally finished fixing it. He felt proud, and he decided to follow his plan to ride it every afternoon. Repeat slowly. Yesterday, Sam tried to fix his broken bike. He worked slowly and carefully, but the bike kept falling over. He felt frustrated, but he did not give up. After 1 hour, he finally finished fixing it. He felt proud, and he decided to follow his plan to ride it every afternoon. Now let's review all the verbs from this part. Listen and repeat. Drink, drive, eat, fall, feel, find, finish, fix, follow, forget. Again, drink, drive, eat, fall, feel, find, finish, fix, follow, forget. These verbs are extremely common in daily conversations. When you hear them again and again, your listening becomes stronger and your speaking becomes faster and more natural. Remember, repetition is the key to fluency. Before we move to the next part, let me give you a quick listening challenge. I will read a sentence one time. Try to understand the meaning and identify the verb. Sentence 1. I cannot find my phone. Sentence 2. Please follow me to the office. Sentence 3. Do not forget to drink more water today. Sentence 4. I finished my project yesterday. Sentence 5. She feels better after resting. Now I will repeat all the sentences slowly. I cannot find my phone. Please follow me to the office. Do not forget to drink more water today. I finished my project yesterday. She feels better after resting. Great job! You're doing really well. Keep practicing, keep listening, and stay with me. In the next part, we continue with more essential everyday English verbs that will help you understand native speakers more easily.
Let's move on to part 8. Let's continue building your English fluency with more essential everyday verbs. In this part, we will learn another group of high-frequency verbs that English speakers use all the time. Listen carefully, repeat after me, and pay attention to how each verb is used in simple, natural sentences. The more you repeat, the stronger your memory becomes. Verb number 41, get, meaning to receive or obtain something. Repeat after me. Get, get, get. Example, I need to get a new phone because mine is old. Slow, I need to get a new phone because mine is old. Verb number 42, give, meaning to hand something to someone. Repeat. Give, give, give. Example, please give me a moment to finish this task. Slow, please give me a moment to finish this task. Verb number 43, grow, meaning to develop or become bigger. Repeat after me. Grow, grow, grow. Example, children grow very fast during their first years. Slow,
Children grow very fast during their first years. Verb number 44. Help, meaning to make something easier for someone. Repeat. Help, help, help. Example. Can you help me carry this box? Slow. Can you help me carry this box? Verb number 45. Hold, meaning to carry something in your hand. Repeat. Hold, hold, hold. Example. She holds her baby gently in her arms. Slow. She holds her baby gently in her arms. Verb number 46. Hope, meaning to want something to happen. Repeat. Hope, hope, hope. Example. I hope you enjoy this English lesson. Slow. I hope you enjoy this English lesson. Verb number 47. Keep, meaning to have something and not lose it. Repeat after me. Keep, keep, keep. Example. Please keep your phone with you at all times. Slow. Please keep your phone with you at all times. Verb number 48. Know, meaning to understand or have information. Repeat. Know, know, know. Example. I know the answer, but I want to check it first. Slow. I know the answer, but I want to check it first. Verb number 50. Learn, meaning to gain knowledge or new skills. Repeat. Learn, learn, learn. Example. I learn something new every time I practice English. Slow. I learn something new every time I practice English. Verb number 50. Leave, meaning to go away from a place. Repeat. Leave, leave, leave. Example. I leave the house at 7:30 every morning. Slow. I leave the house at 7:30 every morning. Now, let's practice these verbs in natural listening stories. This helps your brain connect the sounds, meanings, and real usage. Listen first, then repeat slowly. Short story number 1. Every day, I get up early and try to learn something new. I hope each day brings me progress. Before I leave my house, I keep my keys, my wallet, and my phone in my bag. My friend gives me a ride to work, and he always helps me carry my laptop. I know I am lucky to have a helpful friend. Over time, friendships grow stronger when people support each other. Repeat slowly. Every day, I get up early and try to learn something new. I hope each day brings me progress. Before I leave my house, I keep my keys, my wallet, and my phone in my bag. My friend gives me a ride to work, and he always helps me carry my laptop. I know I am lucky to have a helpful friend. Over time, friendships grow stronger when people support each other. Short story number 2. Sarah wants to grow her English skills this year. She knows it will take time, but she wants to learn step by step. She keeps a notebook where she writes new words. Every night, she holds her notebook and studies quietly. She hopes to get better at speaking, so she practices every day. Sometimes her brother helps her by asking simple questions. Repeat slowly. Sarah wants to grow her English skills this year. She knows it will take time, but she wants to learn step by step. She keeps a notebook where she writes new words. Every night, she holds her notebook and studies quietly. She hopes to get better at speaking, so she practices every day. Sometimes her brother helps her by asking simple questions. Now let's practice a listening challenge. I will say a sentence one time. Try to identify the main verb. Sentence 1.
I hope you can help me later. Sentence 2. She keeps her books on the top shelf. Sentence 3. They want to grow their business. Sentence 4. I did not know the answer this morning. And sentence 5. He will leave the office at 5. Now repeat slowly. I hope you can help me later. She keeps her books on the top shelf. They want to grow their business. I did not know the answer this morning. He will leave the office at 5. Next, let's review all the verbs from this part together. Repeat clearly and confidently. Get, give, grow, help, hold, hope, keep, know, learn, leave. Again, get, give, grow, help, hold, hope, keep, know, learn, leave. You are doing an amazing job. Each time you listen and repeat, you train your brain to understand English faster and think in English more naturally. These verbs are some of the most common in everyday conversations, so mastering them will make you more confident and fluent. In the next part, we will continue with more essential English verbs, more examples, more stories, and more listening practice to help you improve step by step. Let's move on to part 9. Let's continue learning more essential English verbs that you will hear very often in daily conversations. These verbs will help you understand native speakers and express your ideas more clearly and confidently. Listen carefully, repeat after me, and focus on the natural rhythm of each sentence. The more you repeat, the easier English becomes. Verb number 51. Let, meaning to allow someone to do something. Repeat after me. Let, let, let. Example. My parents let me choose my own clothes. Slow. My parents let me choose my own clothes. Verb number 52. Like, meaning to enjoy or feel good about something. Repeat. Like, like, like. Example. I like learning English because it helps me grow. Slow. I like learning English because it helps me grow.
Verb number 53. Listen, meaning to pay attention to sound. Repeat. Listen, listen, listen. Example, please listen carefully to the instructions. Slow. Please listen carefully to the instructions. Verb number 54. Live, meaning to have your home in a place. Repeat. Live, live, live. Example, they live in a small town near the mountains. Slow. They live in a small town near the mountains. Verb number 55. Look, meaning to direct your eyes towards something. Repeat. Look, look, look. Example.